I'll be talking to you guys about the allowance of residency in home-based areas, no matter the circumstance in which someone happens to be. Now, my claim are people who are incapable should meet financial shouldn't have to meet financial based requirements to pursue a nice housing or a shelter somewhere they feel safe with a roof under their head or for whatever reasons. Those people would like to actually like to have the title of residents, to be residents. What is a resident? You probably may not know is people or a person who lives in a residential area in a community. So it's also, this speech is supposed to invite people who feel left out of their homes for whatever reason to get back in their homes, to get back in a home, in a living environment, and to be a part of a community and feel as they are worth the living environment for whichever they want to reside in. But before I start, I'd like to begin with I'd like to begin with a personal experience example. So around like in 2020, I used to go over my cousins a lot, and I was really there through like the struggles, their ups and downs and things. There was once a time where it was someone who was brought in to probably stay over at my cousin's house. It surely was no problem. They handled the situation very well, and they invited him, probably because he was it was the reason why he was not inside of his home, and where for whatever reason, which he wasn't safe, or his family couldn't deal with him, or probably help raise him as much as my cousins happened to take part and raise him to have him move out, and then hopefully hope he's still work finding his way through life and everything else coming along his way. Okay, for sharing that. It's just like in those little situation, gets you guys in the feeling and the idea of just understanding what that could do for really anybody, and homeless in particular I will be talking about. I will talk about this topic going about why there is a hidden commonplace. Don't try to drive the homeless into places we find suitable. Help them survive in places that we find suitable. I will be mostly talking about homeless again, like I said, because those are most commonly people that struggle without a home and would rather want to upgrade or consider maybe when they're at a good point in their life to upgrade or upscale to like a high demand area to live in, and become residents in the future. But before I start, I want to acknowledge a potential hole digging out of my speech, and I want you guys to see the transformation that I would like to stand on and to become instead. Prior to a hole that coming out that could probably be digged out, I'm not saying that homeless deserve a 5-star place to live, but they should have access to the option if they wanted to, or it should definitely be treated something like, if you guys all know what a 21st century scholarship is, if you those who don't know, it's basically a tuition fee program that helps people pay for college in the state of Indiana, and to basically feel like college is make college feel more worth for them. I kind of want to be a little different on that definition. So taking Indiana could be the first step, take the first step to, adding an additional benefit to like the 21st Century Scholar, or any program that can like help, homeless come out of, not so healthy environments, because homeless can, being homeless, it can trigger like mental health issues, and it's the cause and it's the reasons of homelessness. And such to say, but it's a harsh truth. So that brings me back to my mental health little recap of my last speech. More into the how. Hope I'm saying this right. More into the why it's important than how, but it's a mixture of both. So as to unmask those who aren't truly homeless, they could go through authority process to identify authentic background. After authentic background of the person prior to the other side. Prior to the other side of people being like I said, mentioned, but homeless shouldn't deserve a 5-star place. They should at least be grateful with some place or help cover costs that can help them easily get a home, rent a home, or whatever reason, or whatever housing plan. So yes, I would like to mention that because I will be using sympathetic perspective, so that was my little tie of sympathetic perspective that I brought along with it. I'm sure this creates a more deeper connection. Again, like my speech of mental health caucus. This is a more of why than how, definitely for sure. Just by everything that I've given you so far and what I would like to further move along with. A quote that I would like to start off with, my first quote. No, I just start off with after I mentioned how it affects poor decision making and taking a step further into why it matters. Don't limit your challenges. Do to make a quote. I like to quote. Don't limit your challenges due to Mike Powell's quote. It says, "Don't limit your challenges. We are all self-limited, and we are to overcome limitations. And if we are to overcome limitations, we must first recognize them." Bob Proctor's quote: "The only limits in our life are those we impose on ourselves." Which brings me into my pivot, where I challenge you all, at the very least, to take the truth and consider being mindful by having respect on their behalf, and then trying to go about your day and probably stopping by saying, spreading words of encouragement on homeless behalf, prior to make them feel uplifted in the situation and that they can overcome it for a future better, because you never know what their situation is and why they go through it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sorry you got cut off by the bell there. Thank you guys for listening. If you have your feedback for him, give that to him, please.
Thank you, Natasha.
You're awesome.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you. Have a great weekend. Looking forward to hearing the rest of you guys on Monday. Give Samantha's and Jasmine's feedback. Just bring it to me and I can get it to him on Monday. I'll
I can
just put
obviously
it
do the ones that I gave to them instead of that already.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
It's no bad. You gonna get it?
I already did it.
Oh, you already did it?
I'm in the class.
Oh, you are in class.
How was your class period?
Good. Busy listening to speeches that just literally ended at the bell.
I don't know how you do it. I would have zoned out so fast. I would have been like,
Little breaks between each other.
yeah, I would have been. But even one, I would probably be like,